So I had an organization that I worked with recently that I helped them with their strategic plan. They were a new organization who had their 501c3, and they wanted me to work with their board on a strategic plan, but also on fundraising, because although they had gotten a grant, they didn't have money for their operations and to successfully pay the executive director, and so they were really wanting to move that forward. And while we were doing the strategic plan and the fundraising piece, we started to come up with some really great ideas for fundraisers. And out of that came a couple of really successful fundraisers that I think it took them 9 months to put the fundraiser together, and it turned out to be huge success for them. And they got a couple, like I think $15,000, $20,000 from that the first year. And so they would not have been able to get there if they had not been able to sit with me and talk about how do we build this fundraiser, how do we do add-ons, how do we make this successful. And so that's one example. I find in my role as a nonprofit consultant that I actually have a lot of different things that I'm doing. I'm facilitator, I'm cheerleader, I'm encourager. I also bring a pretty realistic viewpoint. So sometimes I'm tamping down on things, but at the same time encouraging. And so yesterday I was meeting with one of my clients, and they ran into a real big struggle with the organization about a year and a half in, during the process of completing the 1023, that created them to have to rethink the scope of the organization. And they felt really guilty. They stopped talking to me for a few months, and they weren't sure how to say, oh my gosh, we don't know if we can do this. This is really hard. And now, where are we going from here? And they had some real personal things going on with the founder having some health issues, and with them having to look at finances and different things like that, where they decided that they would pull back a little bit. Well, once they communicated that to me, and I told them that that was okay. That's a normal part of the process that happens frequently actually with nonprofits that I work with, and that it's actually quite healthy for organizations. You could see visibly the relief that they had to know that. And so the guidance that I provide and offer, and that encouragement that I provide to you as a nonprofit to be successful and really do your passion with the true thoughtfulness that you need, it was a real relief to this particular organization. And I've seen that time and again. I've helped nearly 100 organizations get their tax exempt status, and probably, 300 or so organizations total in my career so far. And all of them have expressed this appreciation for the knowledge and the expertise that I bring. But it really is about being your therapist, your counselor, your facilitator, your guide, to reach your highest possible potential, and start in ways that work best for you when you're starting, and then developing that through time.